All right, we're live. And for the record, you should still go out with the boys. Just saying.
I am. I still do, but I can't do it too much where I can get laid.
Indeed.
Well, just to be clear, you are trying to cheat on your girl, right?
Nah, negative. Of course not, man. You fucking you lying son of a bitch.
How dare you, man? How dare you, man? I don't know what you're trying to insinuate.
Oh, no shit. Setting up for that extortion. Shit, let me look at the topics. Hold on.
Are we starting off, Dad?
Yeah, let's start with Trump right off the top. Donald,
What do
no
you do now?
giving Trump. I'm thinking about voting for the guy.
Nice.
No bullshit.
Okay.
I think voting for him helps with the turning the heat up on the pot fast enough and hoping that the frog will jump out kind of thing. And he low key making sense. I mean, I know that sounds crazy to some of you, but
Is he? I haven't heard any policy talk from him at all. Just talk about
fuckery.
yeah, pretty much.
Donald's so reckless.
Yo, he's so reckless that he was up here. He discussed how business gets done. He was basically saying how he basically just lobbies to get things done. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's true though. Is
I
he
mean,
lying?
It's true, but it's like you're not supposed to say that. The reason why we're not getting shit done in this country is because you're not lobbying the politicians, man. Like, what the fuck?
Now, do you prefer the candidate that's telling you that, or the candidate that lies about it? I mean, the honest candidate or the candidate that's full of shit? I mean, basically what you're looking at.
Yeah, but you know what? Democratic candidates have been saying that for a long time, and you never give them credit for that.
Because they're faking it. They are some of the biggest lobbyists. I mean, we don't want to open Hillary's books, but I mean, she's just full of shit.
No, I understand, but you can't judge the message by the messenger. If what they're saying is true, it's true. You gotta give them credit. You gotta give them credit where credit is due. You're giving Donald credit for the same thing.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
I think, Dad, I don't know if you remember, but who pushed Citizens United through again? Were those the Democrats?
Supreme Court, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't answer.
And somebody bought them too.
That's good to know.
The judiciary branch has just been rather sketch lately. I don't know. Just don't know.
Sketch because they're not in line with your perception of America, or sketch because there's something wrong with the system?
Both. Yes. Yes.
You want to expand on that?
Hey, not to get off that. Is John McCain running for president? I heard a lot about him this weekend.
No.
Nah.
Taking shots.
Yeah,
Trump.
target practice, man.
This is just all like what's it called? Collateral damage from Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, I don't think we covered it last time. I think this happened like 2 days ago. Maybe it happened on Friday. But Trump
It
said
was like,
Trump said because McCain got caught, he's not a hero.
he's not a real
How
warrior.
good are these primaries gonna be?
Oh man, I can't wait. August 6th.
You know what? I don't disagree with Donald because
He's speaking the
John McCain gets held to the standard where he's a war hero, right? And to be honest, anybody that went to war could be considered a war hero.
All right. But did you hear how they called Donald out and they talked about how he dodged the draft and shit?
I heard about it. I saw the interview he did on, I think it was this week or something like that. And I mean, he was in school. What you want him to do?
Go fight with everybody else, I
I
guess.
mean, and he got the high draft number. I mean, he can't control what number he gets. Lobbying.
Dad, when you got drafted, did you have any say in it?
That was funny.
I mean, Dad, what's your opinion on that whole line of commentary?
I'm you know, I don't agree with Donald, but I'm a fan of the fuckery itself. Like I'm just I'm glad it's being
Hey,
said
I was thinking about
in the
I
spotlight.
was thinking about registering it as a changing to a Republican and make sure he gets pushed through, man. I was like, I gotta vote this guy in.
Like
Like
how do you
just
stand? How do you
I've
stand
done that in the past.
him and win? Like he's so reckless and outlandish. Like how do you beat him in a primary debate? Like it's not about facts, obviously. So it's just the fuckery is just too much. Like I don't see how you debate him.
I mean, one of the guys in the forum brought up. I mean, it's kind of early, but I mean, these guys are gonna have nothing to run on. They're just gonna be fucking throwing dirt at each other the whole time.
he used his fucking phone number, man.
That's the other thing. Oh my god, I just laughed for like 5
What you
minutes.
doing,
when I heard
buddy?
that shit. You know, Lindsey Graham's probably just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Damn. He dropped his phone number. I can't believe that shit.
I mean, that's like something a middle school kid would do when I was like a kid. You know, like post someone's number online, be like, you know.
But I mean, all his insults are like that of like a child, man. Like
Yeah.
I can't believe this is a grown ass man trying to run for president, and he has such a childish rhetoric about him. I'm like, this
Well,
can't be. This is surreal.
Well, that's just it. He's not really trying to run for president. He's running for Donald. I mean, it is all for publicity. I mean, he does it every 4 years. It works for him.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, that's what separates him from the rest of the field. Because the primaries are going to come down to who's most Christian, who's going to build the largest fence, who's got the itchiest trigger finger, and who can start the most wars without raising taxes. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to in the Republican primaries. And he's out here in a totally different lane, just talking about how big his dick is, basically. So good. I seriously fuck with him. Like, it's crazy. Totally reckless. It's insane. I would love to see him versus Bernie. Oh my God, the debates would be so good. Going to argue socialism with Donald Trump. It'd be
I,
so
mean,
good.
I can't see Donald doing one in a debate just because in a debate, I mean, if it's not 16 people on the stage at the same time, Royal Rumble style, and it's actual point by point, he can't hang.
Nah. And I
I
mean,
think
He'll choke. He'll choke.
I mean,
He'll
what can
hang.
you honestly say to Bernie besides insult him? I mean,
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. That's all he's been doing.
This
His
is
whole
America.
America used to be great. That's all he does, and he just keeps re-emphasizing little points, man. I mean, it's bullshit.
So here's my question for you guys that are in tune with the process. When are the Iowa primaries? When are those? Those are the first ones, correct?
I believe those are first. I'll look it up right now, actually.
Let's see when we can commence the actual legitimate official fuckery with him winning something.
I think he's creating a situation where everyone's going to have to reference him or at least acknowledge him in some fashion during the primaries. Like, it's crazy. He's like the center of attention.
Free digger.
oh god.
On the board.
Yeah, Dig is still gone.
Yo,
Oh, here he is.
Yeah. Free digger.
you guys get a late start or what, man?
Yeah, just talking about Trump.
Oh, okay.
Schedule. Yeah, August 6th is the first debate. The Fox News Republican debate.
What's the date on that? August 21st?
August 6th,
6th.
9 p.m. Eastern. Aired on Fox News Channel.
This.
You know, I heard something on the radio that
Sponsors Fox News and Facebook. That's an interesting team up.
Oh God.
No, that's just Facebook trying to get some activity on their network, man. That's
The
all. That's all.
moderators will be Brett Baer, Megan Kelly, and Chris Wallace.
Oof.
Fox News commentator.
Well, that's typical Fox News, though. That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
Yeah,
moderation.
that's Fox News. Yeah,
Megan
Yeah.
Kelly's completely fucking brain dead.
Does it tell you who's gonna be in the debate? Is it gonna be all 25 people?
No, it says top 10 candidates in an average of 5 national polls.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be basically all the people that you've heard of and none of the people that you haven't.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. I mean, the thing about it is that I've heard of everybody. I think everybody running has run before.
No, you have the bozo who ran HP into the ground. I don't think she's going to be at the debate, though.
No. No. Let's see. August 6th, then September 16th, then October 28th. Man, it's going to be a glorious second half of the year. These debates are going to be just amazing.
shit's gonna be better than football, man.
Really, Donald Trump and Rand Paul, no standing, just saying, are the only ones with positions different from everyone else. Like, I think Rand's the only one that's not trying to build a giant fence to keep all the Hispanics out. Mexicans, Hispanics, I don't know what the PC term is anymore, but I think on immigration they're the only two, or he's the only one that has a different opinion. Same with gay marriage and war. Matter of fact, he might be the only candidate not running in that lane.
I mean, what is, I don't know. Rand Paul's completely vapid to me, but anyways.
What do you guys make of What do you guys make of President Obama's victory lap, man, with the Iran deal and just him going to prisons and all this kind of stuff he's doing these days?
I think the country needs it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much all symbolism, right? Because
Yeah.
none of it means anything really.
No, stepping foot in a prison doesn't actually mean anything. No.
Well, I mean, he doesn't.
I don't think so.
You know, they've changed a lot of the federal policies, but, I mean, a lot of that shit's not up to the president.
True.
So, but I think the country needs that right now. I mean, these are issues that have to be addressed, and it's really the perfect time to bring them up. And it should have happened sooner, but
Yeah, I do think he's sincere, though. I do think he's sincere. The second term is usually where you get to see what the
The real
president's
president.
really about, yeah, because he's not running anymore. To lay it all out there.
I mean, is that what he was about? The fucking prisons reduced sentencing and
Well, I mean, he's
about equality for the black people, man. You know, he thinks that the black folks are disproportionately sentenced to long prison sentences, so he's in there trying to commiserate and stand tall for them people.
give me my 40 acres and a mule. That's what he can do in his last. I mean, you don't look at
Nah,
this.
man, get these police off.
Nah,
my
man,
back.
I
That's what he-
don't. I mean, are you one of those what's it called? Middle passage slaves, bro? I mean,
What do you mean by that?
are you a descendant? Do you know if you're like a descendant of a slave in America?
Oh, my dad's side, yeah, definitely. They're from North Carolina.
I mean, that's gonna be hard to like. I don't know. Would it be hard to give everybody their money and their land and their donkey?
I mean, I just posted a thread of. I mean, land-wise, it's impossible. I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't want the reparations to look like that anyway. I think that'd be silly.
I'm not saying literally 40 acres and a mule. I'm talking something substantially equivalent. You know what I mean? To today's day and age. I don't mean literally 40 acres and a mule. Man. Come on, man.
You'll take the cash. that Chappelle show skit, KFC stock goes crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I don't see why it's not even the top 5% families that owned slaves back then. I don't see how you can't trace that back. Like they were rich then. 9 times out of 10, they're rich now. You know what I'm saying? So, and the African countries that sold us. I think Ghana had did an apology. If you do an apology, like, aren't you like admitting some guilt? You know what I mean?
I think tracing bloodlines back might even be too much. Just if you're African American, they can establish some percentage the same way they do Indians and just make it happen.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's easier with Native Americans because there's less of them.
That's true. That's true, but the government can work it out.
But hey,
Who cares
but
about the
hey,
details?
but hey, Obama's going to prison, so that's his help for the Negro people, I guess.
I'd like to see him push for something like African Americans don't have to pay property tax. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I mean, municipalities are pretty much broke as it is. I don't see that going over too well.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like free college and like
Nah, not free college. That's a fool's. That's a trick. Because if they pass that, then a matter of 20, 30 years, college will be free for everybody.
And the thing is that we already got free college.
Yeah, that'd be silly.
yeah.
I went to college for free.
Yeah, I think there's a couple states that are doing that, doing public. Isn't I can't remember which state out west. I thought there was a state there.
I'm telling you, exempt from property tax, African Americans, amazing deal. That'd be an amazing deal.
So, I had a question. I was listening to the conservative radio. I can't even remember who it is, but they were saying maybe if Trump goes independent, some people were like clamoring for that, but he was saying that's how they got Bill Clinton in. Was that the Ross Perot? Did Ross Perot run independent? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember who was the independent runner.
Ross Perot ran and he took some votes from George.
Oh, okay.
And supposedly that's how Bill got in.
Okay. So are we seeing? Maybe you see a repeat?
I wouldn't complain.
Oh my gosh. Well, how rigged is it if we see an exact repeat of the same stunt?
I mean, I wouldn't call that rigged. I'd probably call it the opposite. I mean, it's just fucking math,
Well, I mean, how hard is it to recreate the same scenario? I mean, if you already have the guy, a self-made millionaire, just like Ross was. I mean, no. Well, I mean, didn't Trump come from money or whatever? His family money, or I don't know.
A little bit, but I don't think it was that crazy.
I mean, didn't Ron Paul run independent in the general campaign?
Yep.
I mean, it takes votes away from the Republicans, but I mean, not that much. It just depends on the candidate, I guess.
Mm.
Is Trump still polling strong, or did he take a dip a little bit?
Trump's the main man.
Stronger than ever.
I think. I mean,
He's got like 24%. He has like double any Republican candidate. It's fucking crazy.
I'm telling you, him straight up versus Hillary, man. I don't think it's a lot for Hillary.
Against Trump?
Yeah, man.
Fuckery of it all. Like I just.
It's like wishful thinking, man.
Dude, Donald would fuck up and say some sexist shit, man. Like
Donald Trump would run this country in the ground. Oh my god, and I'd vote for him.
I mean,
It's un-American of you.
Oh, the fuckery of it all. Fuck it.
Have any of you guys ever actually taken an Uber ride or anything like that?
No.
No, I haven't. I have a friend who uses it all the time. Uber is just it's really trending right now. Some people hate it, some people love it. I just don't understand why the hate.
Uber's a public company now, right?
Not
I'm
yet.
sure if they're
Not
public.
yet. Well, coincidentally enough, I was speaking to a cab driver today at work,
Oh
and I
god.
asked him about the whole situation, and he tried it out, and he said that as a driver, what he hates about it is just that the driver gets the short end of the stick. They get a lot less of a percentage. It's great for the rider. You get a cheaper ride, but the driver gets less pay. So they're pretty much cutting everybody's pay and taking them out of business type of thing. So it's costing them work.
Cutting everybody's pay and making it cheaper for the consumer sounds terrible. Go on.
It is bad. It is bad because they're not.
Because fuck
They're taking away his living wage.
Oh, I know. Fuck consumers. Yeah.
well, how much are Uber drivers making?
That's what he's saying.
Well, that's what the gentleman was saying. That compared to the yellow cab company that he works for now, the traditional taxi cab company, Uber pays a lot less.
So the Uber
Right.
drivers are voluntarily agreeing to work for less at the benefit of the consumer, and we hate this, right? Is that what I'm getting?
Well, the difference there is that most of the Uber drivers are part time and the cab drivers are full time. That's their
Voluntarily,
livelihood.
voluntarily. Don't leave that out. They're choosing to do that at the benefit of the consumer, and we're supposed to be angry about this, correct?
It's the stupidest fucking argument I've ever heard.
I'm not making an argument. I'm just asking you: is that accurate?
It's fucking retarded.
Would any of you guys do Uber part time? I thought if I don't live in the city, but I mean if
Absolutely.
Well, you know what?
I thought
It's
about
cash.
doing
It's
it.
another option.
That's-
I
that's your
enjoy
question.
options.
That to answer your question, the gentleman he brought up the fact that it's not necessarily that is bad. It's the fact that they have an unfair advantage because they don't have to pay the same insurance as the traditional companies do.
Oh, the
Wow,
regulations are
right,
fucking
right.
them. That
Yeah,
sucks.
No,
yeah,
but it's not that the regulation is fucking them. It's the fact that it is something that they should cover. Because, for example, if you're using your car as a taxi car service and you have an accident, you may not cover everyone like a cab would, because you might have PIP or something.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
I better not hear you complaining about NAFTA or the service industry online again. You know, you guys embrace this shit like it's the be-all, end-all. Yeah, we save a couple bucks, but how much more are we going to end up paying people in unemployment and fucking welfare and God knows what else? You know, people just see, like, the little small picture and then think it's okay. This is fucking horrible for the economy. You know, you wonder why there's no fucking growth. It's all this shit. And you've got these companies who don't pay their employees, don't pay property taxes, don't pay sales tax, don't pay unemployment tax. And then you wonder why the country's all fucked up.
You gotta level the playing field, Dad.
So we regulate them, and then we wonder why the jobs leave our shores. Interesting. I see the cycle. Then we want to.
But
Just
aren't most cities allowing Uber? I saw there was some maybe
Smart
some
cities are.
kickback.
The smart
Smart
cities
cities are.
are. The usual suspects, California and New York, are in their feels about the whole thing.
It's been banned in Dade County as well.
Oh, good, good. At least you guys got that going for you.
In South Florida.
Dad, do you think insurance is just a scam by the government?
Hell,
You think insurance should be optional? You think
You know what? I get insurance. It's great. I mean, it is a scam, but I mean, it's a necessary scam. I mean, you got to pay someone in case shit happens. If nothing happens, then they just get paid. I get it. But when shit happens, yeah, I get it. It's good. All right.
You guys don't think there's room for both of them? I mean, I don't think the taxi cab drivers are just going to go straight out of business. You know what I mean?
No, but there definitely is room for both of them. But if they have to play under the same umbrella. One can't have no overhead as far as not paying any insurance, things of that nature, and expect the other one to be competitive.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You know, they're just trying to cut corners to get around everything possible. I mean, it's just not acceptable.
So walk me through the risk of them not having insurance. What happens now if there's an accident, and then what happens?
And the passenger's not covered, so then they don't have any medical cause, medical hair, all that shit happens, all that medical shit. I don't know.
So
That it's like, I mean, if you're if you're providing a commercial service, you need to have commercial level insurance. I mean, that's what's going on here. That's a real risk. And I mean, if insurance doesn't cover it, guess who ends up covering it? The fucking taxpayers. You know, you guys don't, please look at the big picture when you talk about these issues.
Right. But there's got to be a way for both of them because there's a market share for it, or it wouldn't flourish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because they're skirting corners. That's how they're cutting costs.
No, but the technology today is there, and the demand for it is there. You know what I'm saying? Why? I mean, if you're gonna, some cities you waiting forever for a taxi. You know what I mean? Or some places you don't have enough taxis.
I'm not saying it's not providing a good service, or I'm not saying it's providing a service that's not needed. I'm saying that by playing on unequal playing fields and the lack of, essentially regulation, insurance, and workers' protections, I mean, that's the only reason you're saving a couple dollars. And it's at the cost of the greater economy and population. You're basically, the taxpayers are going to end up subsidizing another fucking business. That's just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, if they have, or is the Congress doing
You understand
anything?
that some people don't think that we should be subsidizing medical care at all, and that if people can't pay, they should just be left to die. You understand that, right?
That's your argument?
No, I'm just asking you. Like, these arguments are all internally consistent. You're like, well, if we don't do this, then we're going to have to pay this. Well, not everyone believes that society should be covering the cost at the end. So that shouldn't be a thing to some people. Like, when that's your argument, like, if we don't do this or regulate, then we're going to have to pay the cost. Not everyone believes we should be doing that on the back end either.
So,
Yeah, but
okay, I mean, we live in a society that needs to be like cohesive and actually functioning. If you want to put the burden back onto the consumer, I mean, so I should be able to drive my car around and just do whatever the fuck I want and hit people and then just laugh it off. I mean, that's fucking nuts.
Whoa. No one said you should be able to hit whoever you want. No
But
one
that's
is
what
condoning murder. I mean, you're kind of
you're
jumping to the extreme, but all
saying
right.
there should be no consequences for
You
not.
say anything about not having consequences. I'm saying I don't think society should
your argument?
subsidize the medical care, and
So
you're saying there should be no
if
consequences.
society isn't doing it, who's gonna fucking do it?
It shouldn't be being
Who's
done.
responsible then?
Individuals are responsible for themselves.
It doesn't work that way. Sorry.
I'm tripping, going way off tangent.
There you go.
I mean, there's liability. That's just the way it is. I mean, you're going to take liability completely out of the concept.
No, I'm saying you're liable for you.
yeah, but if you're providing that chauffeur service, you're also liable for the person that you're riding with.
If that person chooses to use your service uninsured, isn't that their decision? Isn't that their voluntary decision that adult person has made?
I don't know what insurance the guy driving has.
And isn't it your responsibility to be concerned about that sort of thing if you're getting in the vehicle with someone?
I think that's why people are advocating it.
I'm just saying, like, we're just totally alleviating personal responsibility.
Liability onto the consumer, and that's crazy when it comes to stuff like this, and it's fucking dangerous for society. And I mean, at the end of the day, consumers in general, they should be protected from abusive practices like this. So
Uber is abusive.
what else is there to say? I mean,
Basically, consumers are stupid.
Okay, here's
That's
your
an abusive a little
Yes,
bit of a
Dad,
stretch.
consumers are stupid. No, that's it. Dad, consumers are stupid. They are, so you gotta protect them. Period. That's a fact. That's a fact.
the end result is if there's no insurance that whatever the servicer is providing, or if there's no care for their product, the liability falls on the consumers. There's an increase in bankruptcies, which has an overall effect on the economy. You know, and in the end, say there is a real issue where the person, even consumer, has inadequate insurance, which is an unfortunate reality in this country. It'll go back to the state. So, I mean, you can argue semantics about
consumers are stupid.
it doesn't exist and will never exist in this country. But if you want to ignore liability, I mean, it's just asinine.
My bad.
Consumers are stupid. Got it.
Okay. I mean, you know what? No one's gonna disagree with that because that's why we have the Surgeon General's warning on cigarette packages. That's why all the cars have that stupid annoying light to make you put your seatbelt on because consumers are stupid. They do stupid things. We gotta protect them from themselves. And that's what we're doing with Uber. That's why they gotta get insurance, man. That's why they gotta cover themselves.
Well, that seems like a fixable thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem
It really
too much-
is. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, how much more insurance does the guy? I mean, just the insurance company just have to charge these Uber drivers more money. It's as simple as that. What else? What else is on the docket?
The Iranian nuclear deal.
Oh my gosh.
Iran nuclear agreement.
Well, you know what? Let's face it. Look, Iran is trying to get a fucking bomb, right? I mean, that's point blank.
No, no.
There's none of this bullshit.
The Mossad even released a report that they are nowhere close or even attempting to get a bomb.
Listen. They may not be close to it, but the only reason they have a program is to get a fucking bomb. They don't give a fuck about nuclear energy.
I don't know. That's hard to say. I mean, why would first of all, you gotta look at it? Why would they get a cheap look for a bomb anyway when Israel has bombs already?
Oh, that's the reason. Oh, you got bombs? I want bombs. That's it.
But if they build a bomb,
Pakistan?
listen. If they build a bomb, Israel will bomb them before. It's not gonna be. Israel will not wait for a nuclear standoff. They will bomb them before. If they know they have it, they're getting bombed.
Well, for the record, Israel has never officially said they have any bombs.
Well, we all know they do.
Well, I don't know anything. I don't know.
So, I mean, essentially, Iran wants a bomb. I mean, we can't ignore that. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but I mean, to act like that's not the case is just like kind of spitting in the face of reality.
Why wouldn't they want a bomb? Everyone wants a bomb.
Everybody, if you could have a bomb, you'd want one, right?
Look, I give a fuck. I don't want them having a bomb. I don't want Israel having a bomb. I don't want Pakistan and India having one.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should have bombs.
I disagree with that.
Actually, I want Russia to have the bomb and no one else have one, and then we can see what happens.
But is this going to pass? I mean, are the Republicans going to? It seems like both sides have some issues with the deal. It seems like
Who, the conservatives and the Democrats?
Yeah, whatever we call them this week. Is it a lock that it's gonna pass?
Yeah, I think they're both gonna scream like hell. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to overturn it. Can they veto it? I don't know, maybe.
But can't Obama use his executive?
Not if it's a veto-proof majority, but I think that's pretty difficult.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
What, that he can't veto?
I mean, it's always like the deal is going to end up being good because it gives us a moral standing. Like, oh, look, we tried to work this deal out with you, and here you are again trying to skirt the situation, and then we end up, not nuclear bombing, but just regular bombing there at the facility.
I mean, we're not going to go into a ground war with Iran. Like that'll.
Oh no, of course not.
That'll probably never happen. Hopefully, never happen. But I mean.
How can you be so sure of that? I mean, how long this Saudi and Yemen thing is still going on? You know what I mean?
Well, fucking Syria is still going on. Iraq is still going on. Libya is still going on. I mean, there's a half dozen countries in Africa where there's a fucking war right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the American populace. I mean, America complained about Iraq and Afghanistan, which they rightfully should have, but America doesn't have any heart for this shit.
Well, I mean, but are they going to be forced into it? Because I thought I've seen reports that says if Israel doesn't like the deal, they'll go on with their plans anyway. They might bomb them anyway.
I mean,
so Israel's plan is to bomb Iran if what?
If they don't like the deal, if the deal isn't up to Israel's standards, I'm not lying here. If they think it's going to threaten their national security, they're going to act how they're going to act, regardless of this deal.
Yeah, but I mean, even if the deal doesn't get passed, or if it does get passed, and Iran is as far from a bomb as they are now, Israel's not going to bomb them on a whim. I mean, Iran has to be either have a bomb or really, really close to having a bomb type of thing.
I mean, I think Israel will bomb Iran if they want to. I mean, they bomb Syria when they want to. They bomb Lebanon when they want to.
Oh, I'm thinking nuclear. My bad. You're talking about just.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about. They bombed Iraq's nuclear facility.
There's not a lot of fucks given there when they put their mind to it. But I don't see them nuking someone. I mean, I can't see anyone nuking anyone, frankly.
Are you guys not fans of nukes?
Not the big
Okay.
nuke, no. Are you a proponent?
I am actually.
Yeah. Tell us the pros.
I think
Oh,
I think having nukes has actually prevented war. I think we would have had a lot more war and a lot more fighting without nukes, without the threat of nukes.
It's
Is
possible.
that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a good
It's a
thing.
good thing. It's a good thing.
Oh,
I think the loss of life would have been greater without nukes. That's what I'm saying. I think that's a good thing.
yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
That's a good argument.
I mean, it's not like it's something you think about, but the idea of looming nuclear death is kind of shitty.
It is, but I think the alternative is much uglier. I think war is just terrible. Probably the ugliest of things.
I don't know. I mean, I think the human race at some point has got to get off this colonialism and still fighting. I mean, it's year 2015. We're still having conflicts all over the fucking globe over petty bullshit. You know
I mean,
what
the
I
thing
mean?
about it is that, I mean, as a race, we've gotten off colonialism, and with the creation of the UN, I think it's part of the charter for them to not have for the powerful countries to not have any more colonies anywhere in the world, to decolonize the entire world. The problem now is the ethnic violence, man. Everybody that's a little bit different hates each other, and it's out of hand. There's 800 wars going on in Africa and Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I mean, one good thing that came out of World War One and World War Two is that the majority of colonies since 1945 forwards have slowly been peeled away. So I mean, colonialism in the classical sense isn't so much an issue anymore for the most part. I mean, any country that was previously held under colonialism pretty much has had the right to openly vote to stay or go. I mean, you could look at the Caribbean, you could look at Africa, etc.
Yeah, but what's the? I mean, it might not be the same tools now, but if we're doing regime change and starting revolutions in European countries, what's the difference? You know what I mean?
The difference is that those revolutions and regime changes are technically self-determining. Like they're creating their own freedom. Those little ethnicities. So that's the difference. That they're not being controlled by some higher power.
They're just started by a higher power.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if that's how you want to see it, it's just kind of simplistic.
I know we got only a few minutes left here, guys, but I just saw this thread and I heard something about it on the radio. I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. So I heard on the radio that the disability portion of the Social Security is
Oh yeah,
going to lose funding by next year, and they're trying to take the money out of the retirement portion of it. What's your guys' stance on that? I mean, because I'm all for it at this point, leaving retirement how it is, and just getting rid of disability. Like if there's no money in that, there's no money in that. But don't take money from somewhere else.
Well, I mean, that's why there's no money in the Social Security fund in the first place. It's because they fucking raided it.
Who rated it for what?
All kinds of shit. I mean, that's like an essay in itself. But I mean, you'd have to Google it. I don't know off the top of my head because it's not something that's gonna affect me. But I mean, I think it's happened like multiple times. I mean, every other like 3-5 years they say that Social Security's bankrupt or whatever. So, but the money that was in Social Security and was meant to fund it was taken for other projects. That's a fact.
Damn, I don't know. I find that hard to believe when you can just create money. Why would you take that money?
It doesn't really work that way, but
Sure it does.
What you mean? Damn.
Take it from the defense fund. Jesus.
Exactly. You can take it from anywhere. You can just make it up.
I mean, essentially they need to raise taxes, but I mean, no one's going to do that, though. I mean, everyone can pretend that they'll be.
How is that the response? How is raise taxes the response and not cut spending? Like, how is that?
Because
have you seen our defense budget? Like, how is
this cutting spending, like, this austerity work? Is that what you're arguing now? Because you were arguing something else when we were talking about Greece.
Well, I don't compare nations side by side like that. I think that's a
Uh,
totally different animal. But
okay, so do you want to speak about them generally? Does austerity push growth? Is it a growth job creator or no?
I think in a war state like we have in America, we could cut defense spending and put it towards Social Security.
You know what I'm thinking about though? I
Honestly,
agree with I agree with the notion of cutting defense spending because we have such a big defense program, yada yada yada. But that's gonna cost a lot of jobs.
It'll be all right.
I mean,
Them guys
if
been eating fat for years, man.
They're spending
Like the
billions
McDonnell
of dollars
Douglases and all them
That's
other
bullshit. I don't think
bullshit.
it's actually gonna be jobs cost.
the way
They
to
they
do it,
actually
that
waste a lot of money.
yeah, the way to do it there will be, I guess, to not hire any new people under the Defense Department, but you can't fire everybody that's already on there. But because
I
No,
think
but
a good start would be
Do you guys think all the money goes to jobs, like it's going to personnel? Is that what you guys are thinking?
no, no, definitely not. But I'm thinking that if you cut spending, some people are gonna, by some I mean a good amount, are gonna be affected because their department's gonna be cut. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be jobless.
yeah, the people in the defense industry are going to, yeah, of course they're going to lose some jobs. That goes without question. But they'll be all right because they've been eating fat for years. It's not like we're taking it from a broke people. They're like millions of billionaires. You know, what I mean, millions. They make a lot of money. Even like helicopter mechanics and all this other stuff.
I have a good solution. So anyone that's Giga and Dad's age or older, they should be forced to retire onto Medicare and half pension, something like that.
You
And
really,
everyone younger can take their jobs at half wages, and then there's the problem solved. How's that done?
the amount of trust you have in the government to come up with an answer like just raise taxes, like it is unbelievable. Like the government's proven itself nothing but incompetent in spending our tax dollars. As far as
That's
I'm
a
concerned.
jab. That's a jab. Work longer.
I guess we should we could just get rid of the government then, right?
If that's what you're suggesting.
I mean, you don't have to give it to the government, but I don't think raising taxes is. Come on, man. Stop it.
I mean, you're not going to balance anything by cutting spending.
I'm not saying you wouldn't balance anything. I mean, I'm just saying if we're going to take it that way or not talk
So,
about
so
any
you're saying
Federal
that
Reserve or
the
anything.
answer or the only way forward is to grow government? Then we just fundamentally disagree.
Perhaps.
But there's plenty to cut in defense spending.
I'm for a balanced budget, man. They got to balance their checkbook like I got to balance mine.
Possible. I mean, they don't even know how much they spend on shit half the time.
Well, they got to make
So
note
you're
of that
saying
shit.
that so in one breath you're conceding that they're retarded, and then you're saying we should give them more money in the next breath.
Retarded wasn't my word usage.
I know that's my word. But you're
Oh.
saying they don't know what they're doing. We should give them more money.
I
That's
mean,
insane to me.
if
That's
you want to see your generation homeless on the streets, I mean, that's more of a problem for your generation than mine. I don't know.
And you are confident that the government can actually solve that problem given more money? Because I'm not.
I mean, the alternative is what? That there's hundreds of thousands of homeless people everywhere? I mean, I don't see that being palatable to anyone. So, I mean, obviously a multifaceted approach would need to be taken. But, I mean, really, you're outlining...
If our government does anything, it'll just be kick the can down the road. I don't think they're going to solve anything.
I mean, will you see homeless, or will you see more people just living different ways? You've seen couples share houses. You know what I mean? We see people stay at home longer. You know what I mean? I've seen some crazy shit. I'm telling you.
Free nigga.
I've seen an article. You think I'm lying?
No, I know it's a fact.
I
but
agree, it's true. But I'm thinking in my head when you see people, when you said people living in different ways, I imagine, it's not homelessness, it's tent living. You know, they're living outside of tents. They're not homeless. It's a different way of life.
That's fucked up, man. But you're right. I'm not I mean, more mobile homes and more low and more a lot of stuff like that.
I mean, is that the future that Americans? Is that what we've earned? I mean,
I'd
Dad,
like to see
I'm not hearing any answers, buddy.
I'd like to see. Well, you want my solution? I think we should. I've actually posted on the board several times institute a negative flat tax with the base income from all Americans. I mean, so we wouldn't have that issue. But
A negative flat
seriously,
tax. How does that?
uh,
You know what? Don't even get
I'll
into
post,
it. Save that for
yeah,
next week.
yeah.
Save that.
I'll post a link. I posted this several times, but basically, I would like to see a
How
base
about just a
income
base
for everyone.
tax?
No, it's a base income. It ends up being a base income for all Americans.
I don't know about all that, man. Shit, man, come on.
Don't worry about it. Just because it's flat, it'll automatically be rejected. So don't worry
Sounds
about
like
that.
socialism to me, buddy.
It's palatable socialism.
But wouldn't a flat tax help more
I mean, that's the idea.
without the living wage? Or
Well,
no, that's not.
you got to have some sort of baseline that the left will find acceptable. You got
Yeah,
to
I mean,
concede. There's no way either side just absolutely wins.
yeah,
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Even Rand Paul's flat tax, he exempts everyone below. I think it was like 30 grand a year or 40 grand a year.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it for me.
I know you want the government to do so much that it needs all its monies. I know. I get it. Who cares about letting poor people keep more of their money? I need the government to do much more. I know.
No, the conservatives came up with a good way of fixing that problem. They raised sales tax on everything. I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's no answer for anything, but it'd just be nice to see more people doing well than doing bad because, I mean, the last, 10 plus years, it's been pretty much a constant struggle for the American population to do anything.
I wouldn't paint it as that dire. I don't think American bad is actual bad. I think
Well, of
there's
course
levels.
not. I mean, we could all be running around with fucking AK-47s and shit, but I mean, for a developed economy and first world country, the fact that we have no savings, our unemployment rate is technically low, supposedly, and most people are working like these shitty hourly wage jobs that aren't even enough to live on. Rent is at an all-time high. You have more generations of families living together for the first time since who the fuck knows when, before any of us were born. Those aren't great barometers to go by.
Well, you know what? Maybe we as a country are just regressing to the mean.
We're gonna all end up bombing.
I mean, listen. I mean,
I'm all for that.
why do you get to be the one country where you get to move out at 18 and get 50K, 100K, be in the top 2% of earners in the world? Why can't we be the country where you live with your family until you get married and shit?
Because we'd be Spain.
It's fine.
If globalism is the key, then the American public has to, like you said, regress to the mean. You know what I mean? If that's their end goal, eventually.
I mean, we're getting that one world government slowly but surely, guys.
Well, our purchasing power is decreasing. I mean, if that wasn't the case, I guess it wouldn't be such a big issue.
You said decreasing?
World government.
Yes.
One world government. Who do you think ends up being at the head of the table there? America or Germany?
I don't know. I'm living off the land. I'm off the grid.
Probably China. They don't give a fuck.
China's all hot air. Like when it all comes down to it, all the books are open. Everyone becomes the whole one world, one people thing. It's either the U.S. or Germany.
Nah, don't sleep on the Indians, man. Got 1 billion people over there ready to do whatever, and they're fucking brilliant in math and shit.
And they're not doing too well as a whole though.
No, didn't they just send something up in space or some shit like that?
Oh yeah, I mean the government and the elite and like the wealthy class are doing great, but I mean it's like a ridiculous percentage of their population that doesn't have access to clean water or fucking bathroom. I mean,
but I think all that stuff takes time. I mean, there's still like a developing country. I think they're on the way up. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you guys want a fix like yesterday.
I mean, their growth rate's like one of the highest in the world currently, I think.
Oh, I know, man. There's a bad Indian woman's at my job, boy.
Oh, my
Man.
feathers.
They are on the come up though.
I wish, man, if there's any other woman any woman I would want in the world, it seems like, man, they're the best women. Like they're like super.
They just don't have no kind of like median around me. Like where I'm at in California, either they're fucking drop dead gorgeous or they're just
Yeah.
fucking wolf spiders. Like they're fucking.
Nah, but they all smell though, man. They all smell.
Oh.
Damn, we're gonna leave
I've
it at
heard that before though. I've heard that before.
Nah, they do, man. I met some bad ones in college, but they had this weird, distinct smell to them, and you're just like,
That's that curry, though. That shit smell good to me, man. Fuck yeah.
nah, it smells horrible to me. It smells like they need to put deodorant on or something, man.
I don't know. Maybe because I don't use deodorant. That smells good to me. I don't know. All natural.
There's some bad East Asian chicks and Indians in New York for sure. Like, just drop dead. But,
I think we had a good talk this week.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
got some stuff knocked out.
I do it for the culture.
We out, y'all.
All right,
Take
later.
care, man.
All right, later.